Hello, I'm Mihin Henkanaththegedara, and today I'm going to teach you about sound U. So you may remember that a vowel has two different sounds, the long sound and the short sound. And a vowel usually makes the short sound, but sometimes, especially when it's combined with other letters, it can make the long sound, which is usually when it says its name. So for example, for short U, it makes the sound For example, in the word cut, the U is a short U, and it makes the sound. So we pronounce the word as cut. Another example is the word mutt, which also has a short U. Because it has a short U, we pronounce it as mutt. Long U has two different sounds that it can make. The first sound is just a U sound. So for example, in the word cute, the U makes the long U sound, and it's pronounced as you. So the word becomes cute. Mute also has the long U sound, so we pronounce it as mute because the U is pronounced as you. If it was just a short U, we would pronounce it as mutt. But since it's a long U, we pronounce it as mute. So there's actually another sound that long U can make, which is the oo sound. For example, in the word tube, the U makes an oo sound, and because of this, we pronounce the word as tube. Also in the word rune, the U also makes this oo long U sound, so we pronounce the word as rune. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you about how to make long U sounds. And first I'm going to teach you how to make the U long U sound. So the easiest way to make this sound is just with the letter U. For example, in the word music, the U makes a long U sound, so we pronounce the word as music. Well, dahil na nakikitiin na U kia na long U sound ni. Iwage tawag siya na pupil. So in this word, the U is also a long U, so we pronounce the word as pupil. Another way we can make the long U sound is with U, a consonant, which is like B or S or T, and then the letter E. So for example, in the word use, U-S-E, the U is a long U because of the E at the end of the word. So we pronounce the word as use. Another example like this is the word cube. So because of the U-B-E at the end of the word cube, it has a long U sound. So the end of the word is pronounced "ube," and when we add a C onto the beginning of that word, it becomes cube. We can also make the long U sound with just a U and an E without a consonant in between them, and this is usually used at the end of words. So for example, at the end of the word rescue, R-E-S-C-U-E, the U-E makes a long U sound. So the end of the word has a long U sound. Rescue. The word argue also has the UE at the end of it, so there's a long U sound at the end of the word. Argue. There's two more ways we can make the long U sound, and one of them is the word Europe with the EU. So the EU at the beginning of the word makes a long U sound, so the beginning is pronounced U. When we combine it with the rest of the word, it's pronounced Europe. The word feud is also like this. Since there's an EU in the middle of the word, we pronounce it as feud. Another way is with EW, and this is often used at the end of words. An example is the word few. Since it ends in EW, the end of the word has a long U sound. And when we add an F to the beginning of the word, it becomes few. Now I'm going to teach you how to make the other sound that long U can make, which is oo. And this sound is used in words like rule, tulip, flute, blue, and chew. And we can also make this with just a U. For example, in the word ruby, R-U-B-Y, the U makes an oo long U sound, so we pronounce it as ruby. We can also make this sound with U consonant E and UE. So for example, in the word tube, it ends in UBE, which makes the oob sound with a long U. So the word is pronounced as tube. And in the word blue, there's an UE at the end of the word. So it makes an oo long U sound, and we pronounce the word as blue. We can also make the long U oo sound with EW. For example, in the word chew, the EW at the end of the word make a long U oo sound, so we pronounce the word as chew. There's two more ways, which are O, double O, and OU. For example, if we wanted to write the word food, FOOD, we put a double O in the middle of the word to make the long U sound. So we pronounce it as food. And similarly, in the word soup, we put an OU in the middle of the word, so we have a long U oo sound in the middle of the word. And we pronounce the word as soup. Okay. So for the first homework, we have to complete a long U maze. And to do this, we start at the bluebird, and then we have to color in the words that have a long U sound. එතකොට කුරුල්ලාගෙන් පටන් ගන්නකොට ඔයාලා හිතන්නේ fume කියන්නේ long Uද short Uද? Fume කියන්නේ ඇත්තට long U වචනයක්. ඒ මොකද ඒක end වෙන්නේ UME වලින්. එතකොට ඒ කියන්නේ U consonant E නේ. එතකොට ඒකෙන් ඔයාලට මතක ඇති හැදෙනවා long U සන්දයක්. Fume කියනකොට ඔයාලට ඇහෙනවා ඇති ඒ සද්දේ. So can you find any other words near the word fume that have a long U sound? So the word flu is also a long U word because it ends in EW. And if you say the word, you can hear the long U oo sound, flu. And another example of this is the word tube or glue or cute, like that. So then you just have to find all the words with a long U sound and color them in. And once you've done that, you will see a path from the bird to the nest with the eggs. So for the next homework, we have to color in the long U words in blue and the short U words in red. එතකොට අපි පටන් ගමු pop වලින්. ඔයාලා හිතන්නේ pop කියන්නේ short U වචනයක්ද long U වචනයක්ද? pop කියන්නේ short U වචනයක්. ඒකේ මැද්දේ තියෙන a කියලා සන්දයක් pop. එතකොට ඒක short U. එතකොට අපි color කරන්නේ red වලින්. එතකොට ඔයාලා හිතන්නේ soup කියන වචනේ ඒක long Uද නැත්නම් short Uද? soup කියන්නේ ඇත්තට long U වචනයක්. ඒකේ ඔයාලට මතක ඇති අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලත් ඒක කතා වුණා. ඒකේ මැද්දේ තියෙනවා OU. එතකොට ඌ කියලා long U සද්දයක් තමයි යන්නේ. soup. එතකොට අපි ඒක කලර් කරන්නේ නිල් පාටින්. තව one more example මං ඔයාලට දෙන්නම්. ඔයාලා හිතන්නේ tools කියලා කියනකොට. එතකොට short Uද නැත්නම් long Uද? tools කියන්නේ long U අක්ෂණයක්. මොකද ඒකේ ඇහෙනවනේ ඔයාලට long U සද්දේ tools. ඒකේ මැද්දේ two O's තියෙනවා. එතකොට ඒවෙන් ඌ කියන long U සද්ද එනවා. මෙතන පල්ලෙන් තියෙනවා තව U අක්ෂණ ටිකක්. unicorn කියන්නේ long U අක්ෂණයක්. uncle කියන්නේ short U අක්ෂණයක්. සහ uniform කියන්නේ long U අක්ෂණයක්. Okay, so this is the last exercise. And this exercise has 3 questions. For the first question, we have to say the name of each picture below, and then color the pictures with the short U sound. So, ඔයාලා දන්නවද මොකද මේ කියලා? එක කුඩයක්. ඒ කියන්නේ umbrella. ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් කියන්නේ umbrella කියලා. එතකොට umbrella කියනකොට ඔයාලා හිතන්නේ short U sound නැත්නම් long U sound? umbrella වල තියෙන short U sound. එතකොට ඒක අපි පාට කරනවා. ඊට පස්සේ අනිත් ඒවාත් ඔයාලා ඒ වගේම බලලා එක කියලා ඊට පස්සේ හිතන්නේ ඒකේ short U ද long U ද කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ short U ඒවා ටික කලර් කරන්න. ඔයාලා දන්නේ නැත්නම් මොකද තියෙන්නේ කියලා නැත්නම් හරියට පේන්නේ නැත්නම් එතකොට අපිගෙන් අහලා එවන්න පුළුවන්. මං දැන් ඉක්මනට කියන්නම් ඔයාලට මොකක්ද කියලා. මේ කෝප්පේ තියෙන්නේ එක මග්. මේ බයිසිකල් එකක් තියෙන එක රෝදයක් එක්ක එක යුනිසයිකල්. මේක ඔයාලා දන්නවා umbrella කුඩය. මේක rug එකක්. For the next question, we have to circle the words with the short U sound. එතකොට ඒකට තියෙන්නේ short U sound එකක් තියෙන වක්ෂණ වටේ රවුමක් අඳින්න. එතකොට ඔයාලා හිතන්නේ ruler කියනකොට short U ද long U ද? ruler කියනකොට ඇත්තට long U තමයි තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඒක අපි circle කරන්න. ඒත් bun වගේ වක්ෂණ එක. ඒකට තියෙන්නේ short U නේ. කියලා එන්නේ සද්දයක්. එතකොට bun short U නිසා අපි ඒක circle කරනවා. So for the last question, we have to write 3 words with the short U sound. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාලා හිතලා බලන්න ඔයාලා දන්න එක එක ඉංග්‍රීසි වචන වලින් මොන වචන වලද තියෙන short U sound එකක්. ඊට පස්සේ එවන් 3ක් ඔයාලා ලියලා මෙතනින් ලියන්න. එච්චර ඇත්තට තියෙන්නේ homework. ඔයාලා ඊළඟ පන්තියට ඉස්සෙල්ලා පුළුවන් නම් ඒක කරලා එවන්න. Thank you ඇහුවට මේ lesson එක. Bye.